Okay, okay. Let me check my mic audio real quick. Looks okay. All right, we'll see how it goes. Welcome back to Caves of Cud. I am David Jewell. This is part 8, technically. Uh, last time I was all excited to head to Golgotha, fully expecting to most likely die there with poor Ola not even in the load games anymore. But I did save out the cemetery file, the in memoriam for poor old Ola, the turtle guy. Um, didn't even make it to Golgotha. I got killed by goat people in the jungle using farming power tools pretty quickly. So then I rolled a new character, a crow person named Eid, dual wielding pistols. And that's where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and load up this file. I did not, for the first time, start in Joppa because I thought that's going to be a lot of repeated content. You know, if every new character that I roll, I start in the same town. So I started in a random town in the same area. And I'm not even sure if I'll be able to find Joppa in this playthrough. And pick up like the usual missions that I start with. However, I did pick up. Let's see where it is. Make a pilgrimage to the 6-day stilt. I did meet a watervine farmer and mechanimist convert who wants me to take his trinket to the merchant bazaar and mechanimist cathedral and offer it to some kind of well that is up there. However, the 6-day stilt is way up across these salt dunes, and I don't have very much water. I have $20 of water, 20 drams, and I don't think that's going to be enough. Even though I'm a crow, I can fly. I travel more quickly across the map. It's going to be one of those days. I travel more quickly across the map than some other characters, but I'm pretty low level still. I am what? I'm level 6. Not not terrible actually. Um, but yeah, I just think 20 drams of water probably not enough to head out into the desert. So my goal today is to um, get money, basically get enough loot that I can sell it for more water is my current goal. We're going to see how that goes. And then maybe just bop around the area and explore and see what I find. Last time I made it to this... Oh, I do have another quest. I made it to Nashrashruwer Hold, where I'm looking for a copy of Pure Across... Why is it capitalized here and not here? Copy of Pure Across... Pure Across. Maybe this is the title, Across Mograi Volume 1. Maybe Pure is a condition. Anyway, I'm looking for this book, Across Mograi Volume 1, The Sunderlies, for Mashrukas, the village apothecary, um, in Kaner, which is, I believe that's the village. Yeah, that's the village where I started this time, which was randomly selected. So, looking for money, looking for this book. Those are my two main goals in this playthrough. I also do want to mention, so last time I started out talking about ICE, talking about everything that's happening in Minneapolis. That is all still happening. ICE is still in Minneapolis with around 2,000 agents, officers, whatever they call them, as if it matters, terrorizing the city. Hundreds of families are still essentially trapped in their houses because they can't go outside for fear of being abducted by ICE. for no other reason than that they're not white. Um, you can. There are a couple of links, or at least one link in the description of this episode, um, that I left in from last time for the Immigrant Defense Fund. But there is also a lot of mutual aid that you can contribute to for those families specifically, or other causes in Minneapolis. There are also people 3D printing whistles and distributing them across the country to places where ICE is occupying. I will say a little bit of good news local to me here in Ohio, especially, you know, this is not just Ohio specific, but remembering back to the 2024 presidential campaign and how J.D. Vance was boosting a lot of racist rhetoric about Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, claiming that they were killing cats and a bunch of other just a blatantly racist bullshit. Um, anyway, all this to say, Haitians were set to lose their temporary protected status on the 3rd, and they were given a stay by a judge who had some pretty choice things to say about Kristi Noem. So they've gotten a little bit of a reprieve, but we're still, uh, there's still nobody's out of the woods on any of this. Abolish ICE. Um, Everything I said last time still goes. Minneapolis, while the mainstream media is no longer focused on it, and the Democrats in Congress seem to have, made an attempt to move past everything that's happening. It's still going on. So abolish ICE, and let's get going. Let's get into Caves of Cud and do a little bit of escapism. Okay. So yeah, this is this pig farm that I encountered last time. Now, I don't think I accidentally hit any of these pigs. It's been 2 weeks since I played also, so I might forget some basic things as far as controls. All right, these pigs are neutral to me. Yeah. Now, one thing that I discovered, because so far I've been playing melee characters, this character is a crow who is dual-wielding pistols, so combat is a little bit different and not perfectly accurate. I have accidentally hit some things that I didn't mean to hit. There are some dragonflies over here that are hostile to me, and I'm not 100% sure they started hostile to me. But I definitely hit one of them when I wasn't intending to, and I think that might have had something to do with it. Not sure. I also have to watch my ammunition. Actually, how much? Let me check that now. Equipment, ammo. Oh, I've only got 78 lead slugs, so that's another thing that I have to make sure that I keep stocked up. I do have some melee skills. I can swoop. I'm not 100% sure I know how that works. But, oh boy, there's a two-headed boar over here. Let me see. Now, see, shooting here between this tree and this wall, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to hit this boar, even from a few. Oh, hit it for 3 damage. Oh yeah, I did find out I can turn Akimbo on or off. It's actually off right now, so I'm gonna turn it back on. And when I have this skill turned on, I fire both guns at once, which is good for tough enemies like that. I've lost sight of the boar. And hit the dogthorn tree with 2 shots. So, ooh, Tough boar. Wounded. I'm gonna fly, which I believe, if I recall correctly, makes me not impervious, but hang on. Wings. Oh, I don't remember how to. Oh, it's under skills. Under skills, right? Oh, I don't remember. Anyway, I think it makes me safe from melee attacks. You fly. Well, we'll find out. I don't want to spend too much time trying to figure that out. Oh, I have to reload. So I'm gonna go over this way. Oop. Okay, he did miss me with his bite. Gonna fly over the fence and then reload here. And then gonna shoot him over the fence. Yeah, okay. Gonna go up here so I am unlikely to hit this pig over here, which I don't want to hit. Got the boar, alright. Whew. Now where'd the corpse go though? Like he was over here, shot him, Snapjaw is gone as well. I need those corpses, I need to loot. Nothing is probably I'm not hungry, otherwise I'd eat this. You know, I'm a crow. Crows can eat bugs. Snapjaw corpse. Anything? There's nothing on it. Here we go. There's a club. Gonna get that. Slender furs. I can sell those. Probably not for a lot. And I'm gonna turn Akimbo off to save ammo. F. Alright, I'm getting the hang of it. Kind of. I destroyed a tree with my pistol. 11 damage on that dogthorn tree. That is wild. Oh boy. Can I think I have to be right next to something to swoop. Are these birds hostile to me? The glow crows. Glow crows are friendly. That is good news. Glow crows and crows. How about these guys? Salamanders. Neutral. Perfect. Okay. I just had an instinct to save, but I don't. I can't save in this mode. It is classic mode. There's no saving in classic mode. You can like hack the game to, not exactly hack, but like you can mod the game to save in classic mode. But oh, these turtles don't like me though. Yeah, turtles for whatever reason are hostile to me. Still flying. I'm gonna see if these guys will kind of fight amongst themselves. I can sprint and I'm fast, so I'm gonna just nope out a little bit. I do also have a force bubble. I miss the gas, I'm gonna be honest. I miss, ooh, what's that, a burnoose? More loot, that's good. I miss the sleep gas. That saved my ass so many times with Ola. Warren Burnoose. Coarse goat wool is dethreading from where brushes have combed out the salt and silicon. I bet. Can I wear that? What am I currently wearing? I'm wearing the breast of the Honorable Nomad. A coarse flax waist is cinched with a water vine hemp rope. This item is named this item is a named woven tunic. If I... Alright, this is one... I forget what these... see, it's only been 2 weeks. I forget what these symbols mean. But I have... Don't have anything better. Don't have anything... Oh, I could wear this fidget cell. That, I think, is my, trinket, though. right? That's the only thing I have that could be a trinket. And it is marked important. So yes, that is the trinket I'm supposed to take to the 6-day still. So I'm not gonna put that on. I could equip this club, but why would I do that? Well, maybe I can swoop with a club. And I could put this on around my wings. Maybe. Well, let's see. Let's see. See if it helps at all. Okay. Glow Crow is fine. Yeah, I see the Glow Crow, but the Glow Crow... Wait, this Glow Crow is hostile. What did I do to this guy? Get the dragonfly, Dockthorn tree. I don't know. I don't know what I did to this Glow Crow, but she doesn't like me. Knocked prone. Shoot. Oh, it's on cooldown. Sprint's on cooldown too. Well, this is not going perfectly. Let's try it. Let's swoop on this. Where's swoop? Oh, I can click on abilities and I get a menu for it. Oh, I have to be duh. Sorry, I never say duh. I don't know why I said it. You, of course, you have to be swooping to, or you have to be flying to swoop. It's been a very, I'm sleeping a little better than I was. It's been a very stressful time, not just because of everything going on in the world. It's been a stressful time at work as well, at my day job, for some pretty dumb reasons. There are people who are making it a lot more stressful and miserable than it has to be. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but I have not been sleeping in an ideal way or length of time generally. This might, okay. Swoop down, one attack, one damage with my club. Great. Let's try again. Okay, three damage twice with my torch. Okay, so that's viable against these dragonflies. Okay, this salamander's fighting the turtle, so I can just focus on these dragonflies down here. He hit me for 4 damage with his bite, which is a little worrying because I'm getting... Yeah, and now I'm gonna force bubble. I'm gonna say I can't die here to dragonflies. That would be wild. Ridiculous. Dragonflies and they all hate me. Oh no! Okay, well, I'm not gonna stay here and fight this turtle. Okay, I'm healed up. Let's use the mini map to our advantage. There's a dragonfly over here. I'm not in the location anymore, technically. I'm in Desert Canyon. I don't know where. Down to 52 slugs. I don't know where I'm supposed to go to find this book. So many dragonflies around here. Alright, not the best with the club, but it does save a little bit of ammo, which is great. I don't need to worry about those vines. I'm not here to prune. It's always gonna make me laugh a little bit when I fall to the ground while I'm flying. I like playing with a slightly clumsy crow person. Like, sure, I can fly, but I'm also wearing a hat and dual-wielding pistols, and sometimes I just fall from the sky. Now, is this guy not hostile? Alright, this makes me think that that group of dragonflies became hostile because I accidentally hit one of them with a bullet. That is, I'm just gonna move forward based on that assumption. Okay. Now let me try to go back up this way a little bit. Back over to this farm. This glow crow. I don't want to fight a glow crow, but it's not following me. Oh, it is. Fell to the ground straight on the fence. Maybe it's in... Actually, did I look? Did I look in this chest? It was right here the whole time. I was like, I don't want to open this farmer's chest right here in the middle of his pig pen, his sty, for whatever reason he has it here. But that's exactly where it was. Okay, now if I take this, am I stealing? Do I make this guy angry? Gotta do it. First gonna read it. Alright. Alright, here we go. Here we go. We got a 10-page book. Oh my goodness. Gonna take a sip of tea. Okay, so pure must be the condition. It's just called Across McGrahy, Volume 1, The Sunderleys. My voice is a little gravelly today. It's been so dry. We've been running our humidifiers nonstop, and I've had a little bit of pickup recording to do for my audiobook, which is almost, I mean, it is finished, by the way. The recording, the editing, the mastering, chopping up the files for upload. I just have to upload them and hope they pass quality control in ACX. And I've got the cover art ready to go. I still need to record intros for the podcast episodes, but that's it. Within the next week or two, the podcast should be starting up season 2. Those are all going to hit YouTube as well on the same channel. The audiobook's going to be available on ACX, and I'm also looking into a way to upload that to itch.io. I don't know what the optimal way to do that is, as like a single huge 10-hour file, or as just like each individual file. I got to do a little more research. I don't know how many audiobooks people are putting on Itch. I know it's used for ebooks, and the ebook's going to be up there. The first Zek novel, Zek, is on itch.io. But anyway, that's all. That's been so much work. It's been what I've been spending a lot of my free time on. That's why I didn't stream last week because I had to finish up some editing work. But anyway, always nice to spend a lot of work on a project and then uh, see it to completion. You know, across Mugrai, being the foremost catalog of strange civilizations beyond the Great Salt Desert by the Pakata Utark, Volume 1, The Sunderlies. Preface. Obviously and unfortunately, no primary sources are available from these distant lands. Much of this record draws upon the accounts given by fungi who crossed Mugrai on the backs of Dromad merchants. As a matter of convention, I date all events according to their chronological distance from an event of paramount historical significance, namely the publication of these volumes. Accordingly, note that the event's parenthetical dates signify their occurrence prior to publication. The Sunderlies. The Sunderlies are a labyrinthine complex of towering, sundered bluffs that lie to the northwest of Mugrai, the Great Salt Desert, and to the southwest of the Abolish ice sheet. That's interesting. So the north, so okay. The Great Salt Desert, I think, is what I'm planning to cross to get to the Six-Day Stilt. Their canyon walls are dotted with innumerable cave mouths, giving the impression of colossal earthly honeycombs. These caves were the haunts of ancient peoples as their civilizations followed the receding waterline down into the emptied gorges. Now, through those gorges course only shallow rivers. Over the last 200 years, clans of cave dwellers have begun to gather in greater numbers among the comb caves and form city-states called freeholds. Geography and History. The pale sea's waves break on the western bluffs of the Sunderlies at the shore of Songs, named for the melodies the comb caves whistle when the sea winds blow through. They stretch north and east, climbing skyward along the ice-capped Aishlays? Eastward, they recess toward Whitecomb, at the Bowl of Iris, the bridge to Agenstep. To the far east they rise again toward the hanging hills and the land called Odrum. The comb canyons dry up as they course southward into the Great Salt Desert through the most westerly though the most westerly ones spend their water into the pale marshes. Several millennia ago, the migrants who followed the receding waterline down into the Tubi Desert Basin were largely wiped out by the onset of the Ice Age. Most of the clans perished. Those that survived were driven deep into the lightless comb caves where the last vestiges of technology warmed the sheltered earths. The Sunderlies were devoid of higher life during the coldest centuries. Giant ice-sheathed worms coursed their way through the frozen caves, and woolly rocks made their nests atop the snowy peaks. But what remained of man did not emerge for thousands of years. A millennium after the last people were driven into the earth, at the height of the Wrathchild Empire in the great southern salt desert called Mugrai, a race of beings known as the Ophadians migrated north from their desert city to the Sunderlies. There they escaped the reach of the Kuyeti, the monstrous man-scorpions whose empire spanned the great desert. The Ophadians were gifted with the ability of gold working, and during the course of their 4,000-year reign over the Sunderlies, they wrought hundreds of spires and bridges of solid gold. Around 1800 P, they disappeared suddenly, perhaps as a result of the warming climate to which they had lost their adaptation from their years spent in the colder Northlands. As the earth warmed, a primitive people emerged from their cavern recesses. They climbed the snowy combs and settled the superior caves. According to their myths, these new folk made oaths to the nameless gods who had warmed the earth for their children's return to the surface. So were born the clans of true folk. Now, this is interesting. One of the character options in the character creation screen is truekin. So you can be a mutant or you can be truekin, which is ostensibly human, as far as I understand. Or what's considered human socially in the world of the game. Clans of true folk. As the myth goes, the clans of true folk are those families that can trace their lineages back to patriarchs who swore oaths and remained loyal to the Sunderly's nameless gods. There were those who betrayed the nameless, forging pacts with strange, foreign gods in exchange for gifts of power. According to the true folk, those traitors and their cursed offspring, aroused by their greed, made war upon each other, until their families were sundered and driven apart. All the while, the true folk remained stalwart in their holds, readying their might to serve vengeance to the traitors. So began a long history of slavery. Over time, several of the children of the treacherous became remorseful, and the relationship between master and slave matured to something akin to master and servant. To the present, several of the gifted or accursed tribes remain indentured to the clans of true folk. Okay, interesting. Great clans. Clan Sotur. The Soturs, one of the eldest and largest of the 8 clans, have dwelled in the comb caves along the shore of Songs for 1,000 years. They claim descendancy from Sotur Stonehands, who woke thirsty from his cave one morning and beat his fists against the earth until the gods summoned the pale sea to appease him. For hundreds of years they have warred with Clan Rowan, various mutant tribes, and the slug mounters of the southern marshlands, though recently their feud with Rowan was put to an end by the founding of Perth. Clan Sotur's sigil is a sundered mountain. Clan Plutarch, and here there are question marks and an exclamation point, interestingly. Clan Plutarch descended into the Sunderlies from the frozen Aishlays a millennium ago. Their patriarch was Plutarch Ice Wreath, who was said to be trapped in a glacier for thousands of years before the gods unfroze him, so that he may spread his progeny and rule. For 1,000 years the Ice Kings have ruled the northern Southerlies? Have ruled the northern Sunderlies from Highreath Hall. Clan Plutarch's sigil is a blue crown wrought from shards of ice on a white field. Clan Lecrae. The Lecraes hail from the fertile bowl of Iris along the northern reaches of the Sunderlies. They trace their lineage back to Lecrae of Iris, called Lecrae the Bountiful or Lecrae the Virile. Clan Lecrae maintains that they are the purest of the clans of true folk, as the bowl of Iris was the last of the fertile lands untouched by the servants of foreign gods. Unsurprisingly, this notion is disputed by the other great clans. Clan Lecrae's Oh boy. Clan Lecrae's sigil is a horn of plenty on a verdant green field. Other clans. Clan Karst. The people of Clan Karst are thought to have migrated to the western Sunderlies from the ice pyres adjoining Fuming God Sea. Little is known of their progenitor, Karst, but that he appeared on the shore of Songs still smoldering some 400 years ago. Thusly, Clan Karst's sigil is the smoldering silhouette of a man. Clan Rowan. Clan Rowan claims descendancy from Rowan Godfear, the brother of a Sotur king. The pious Rowan broke away from Clan Sotur on account of a religious dispute with his brother in 623 PP. The two clans warred for 400 years before Alan of Rowan swore fealty to Ganon, of Sotor and helped found Perth in 211 PP. Clan Rowan's sigil is a man with his arms outstretched, in one hand a knife, and in the other a human heart. Clan Wenneswool. The children of Clan Wenneswool supposedly hail from the far north, beyond even the haunts of the Plutarchs. There they lived among the snows and hunted the great woolly rocks that perched atop the mountain peaks until they migrated southward into the lowland canyons. Clan Wenneswool's sigil is a great woolly rock with its wings outstretched. A rock being a giant bird of legend. Clan Calypso. The river folk of Clan Calypso claim descendancy from Calypso the river wife. Some claim she was in truth a river nymph, and that her beauty was such as to tempt a river god into revealing to her his name. Clan Calypso's sigil is a lock of raven hair bound by a strand of cragweed. Clan Daniskjold. Boasting some of the last several centuries' fiercest warriors, Clan Daniskjold has stalked the central Sunderlees for nearly 600 years. Their patriarch was known only as the hunter Daniskjold, the most ferocious warrior to have ever lived. As the story goes, the great clans heard the tale of a voracious warrior squatting in the comb caves. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Don't know where that came from all of a sudden. Lost my place. uh, it's gonna happen again. Alright, this is a great time for an intermission. Let's see if I can stop sneezing. One of the side effects of the air being so dry this time of year. Spring and summertime and fall, it's allergies. Winter, it's the dryness. So there's also been we got so much snow in that big storm 2 weeks ago, and it's still on the ground. And then we got even more the other day. I was halfway to work, and it just started blizzarding. Essentially, there were whiteout conditions on the highway. I couldn't see 50 feet. Um, absolutely harrowing. If I hadn't already been on the highway, I would have stayed home, probably. Um, but it's also been, of course, melting when the sun comes out all day. So we have all these enormous icicles hanging from our eaves, and then just falling at random intervals throughout the day and making the most thunderous noise. Okay, I'll just start over from the top. Clan Dennisguild. Boasting some of the last several centuries' fiercest warriors, Clan Dennisguild has stalked the central Sunderleys for nearly 600 years. Their patriarch was known only as the Hunter Dennisguild, the most ferocious warrior to have ever lived. As the story goes, the great clans heard the tale of a voracious warrior squatting in the comb caves in the heart of the Sunderleys. Each clan sent their strongest man to best in single combat the beast hunter who called himself Dennisguild. The hunter fought and slew each man in turn. As the last lay dying, he turned to the hunter and asked which of the gods had taught him to fight with such ferocity. The hunter replied, "None. My master Dennisguild taught me. I am his servant, but a tenth the man he is." Clan Dennisguild's sigil is a pair of crossed ashen mauls on a blood-red field. Hmm. Clan Carcaean. Formerly one of the elder clans of true folk, the children Carcaean are descendant from Carcaean called the Clayman. He lived deep within the heart of the central Sunderleys amongst the ageless rocks, from which it was said the gods wrought him. Though the clan was counted among the true-blooded, they long held the secret of their patriarch's deific betrayal, and the gift of shape-shifting bestowed upon him by the treacherous god Rorth. That secret was unveiled at the Court of Face in 24p, after which the other 8 clans, in their fury, joined strengths, sacked the Carcaean freehold Carcania, and wiped out the Carcaean line, though rumors persist that some of the family escaped. Clan Carcaean's sigil as a human face sculpted from stone bluff. Major freeholds. Perth, founded by Clan Sotur and vassal clans Karst and Rowan in 211 pp. Irisfeld, founded by Clan Lecrae in 161 pp. Athenreach, founded by Clan Plutarch and vassal clans Weniswell and Calypso in 102 pp. Oath, or Oth, founded by Freeman Oth and the Tyrants in 61 pp. Goldmouth, founded by the Merchant Guilds in 38 pp. And other freeholds, Danehold, founded by Clan Dennisguild in 145 pp. And abandoned freeholds, Carcania, founded by Clan Carcaean in 190 pp. Abandoned after the fall of Carcaean in 24 pp. And that's it. Close the book. Get the book. I have finished the step. Find the copy of Pure Across Magrayi, Volume 1, The Sunderleys. 500 XP for that. And nice, that gets us up to level 7. Lovely. Pig Farmer doesn't seem to care about that. If I go and talk to him, does he have anything to say? You best not hurt my critters. I will do my absolute best. Did I not talk to him last week? I could have sworn I did, but maybe I didn't. Is there anything you'll buy from me? I could sell these slender furs. I'll go ahead and do that. I don't know if I'll get a better deal back in town, but I might as well just go ahead and that's it, huh? Slender furs for 3 drams. Ooh, this is worth 140 bucks. Live and drink. All right, let's go back up to the map. And ooh, all the way down here is where I need to go? Well, that's fine. I'm pretty fast. But I wonder... what I might get for this. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Maybe like that. Okay, my dude was up here, if I remember. Maybe over this way? There we go, yeah. Alright, I got your book. Mushrukus. Ease the pain, addle the brain. Be careful when you chew witchwood bark. Yeah, I found out the hard way. Back with I think it was with Ola. Witchwood bark, good for healing, but it makes you confused. I found Pure across Magrahi, Volume 1, The Sunderlies. No bad, you have our thanks. I don't remember what this guy's voice was last time, but this seems officially appropriate. Our village owes you a debt. For now, please choose a reward from our stockpile as payment for your service. Okay. 500 more XP. And let's see. Magnetized boots, a salve injector, a skulk injector, a Hulk honey injector, a blaze injector, and a rubber gum injector. Or an assortment of cells, a fidget cell and 2 combustion cells. I don't think magnetized boot, although... Yeah, I'll just take the injectors. My reputation with the villagers increased to 200. Let's see what I got. Glass tube and oh boy. Go back to bed. A glass tube and hype needle deliver a tonic directly to the bloodstream. Alright, so this is plus 6 strength, plus 2 temporary hit points per level, so level 7 that would be plus 14, which is pretty good. Woo, that's nice actually. My hit points are currently 35, so I inject this. At this level, that brings me up to 49 hit points temporarily. Minus 25 move speed. Cannot feel pain and are immune to fear. You suffer 1% of your maximum hit points and damage each round. Okay, well that's not great. Cannot reduce you to below 1 hit point, but... Okay, interesting. I don't know if that's going to be useful to me as primarily a ranged character. I might sell that. Blaze injector. Ooh, plus 100 heat resistance. You cannot be frozen. Heat damage you deal is increased by 25%. Minus 50 cold resistance, but cannot be frozen. Plus 10 quickness. Your temperature cannot be increased by external heat sources. So if I find myself in some environment where there's, I don't know, lava or flame or something that I have to get past, this could be super useful. You must move around to avoid combusting and losing the effects of this tonic. So you gotta keep moving while you're, for 41 to 50 rounds. But situationally, yeah, I'll hang on to that. Rubber gum. Electric resistance. Minus 1 AV. A little more cold resistance. Plus 5 to being restrained, to saves versus being restrained. Minus 5 to saves versus bleeding. Only suffer half damage from bludgeoning attacks and falling, and cannot be grabbed. Ooh, okay. That's pretty good. Skulk. This lasts for 1,000 to 1,200 rounds. Your movement speed is increased by 25% at night and underground, but reduced by 20% in the daylight. So it's a vampire shot, basically. Plus 3 agility at night and underground, minus 3 agility in the daylight. You can see in the dark. You grow burrowing claws. A crow person with burrowing claws. You suffer double damage from light-based attacks. Nice. Okay, that one's pretty cool. Salve injector. 5 rounds. Oh, it's just regeneration. Okay. I think I had one of these before and I tried to use it and died anyway. But yeah, I think I'll sell the Hulk Honey injector if somebody will buy it. And where was the merchant? Down here. Okay. Ooh, level up too. I have points. Okay, I have mutation points and 91 skill points. All right, let's see. Heightened quickness. I can't advance. My beak. My beak I just have. My wings I cannot advance yet, but my force bubble I can increase the number of rounds it lasts. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, and now I've currently maxed all of my mutations out, apparently. Yeah, so far, none of these advancements in the force field, the force bubble, have decreased the cooldown, and it's got a long cooldown. But lasting for 25 rounds is pretty good. Okay. I don't remember what... I already took the Wilderness Lore Salt Dunes. I don't remember what my next skill that I was going to take was. Disarming Shot is pretty good. Disarm your opponent when you score a hit with a pistol. I have the agility, but not the skill points, so I could save up for that. Acrobatics. +2 bonus to your DV. Or you can jump. Let's see what else. Ooh, where's... Oh, there's pistol. Right. What else though? Tactics. Okay, no penalty to your DV while sprinting, which is your defense value, right? Dodge value, sorry. My base DV is 6, it's currently 13 because of... Oh! Didn't mean to do that. I'm not sure, actually. Because I don't remember what these symbols mean. +7. Ah, well, I don't need to spend too much time worrying about that right now. I might have reached a point where I need to start looking up some mechanical things about the game, just to start making progress and feel like I'm learning the game, beyond just exploring and trying different character builds. So I've talked about this previously. Like I'm trying to avoid that because I do have a tendency to go to the wiki or the guide or watch a let's play or something to get information about a game, like generally not with puzzle games unless I'm absolutely stumped on a puzzle, but with RPGs and action RPGs and things like that, from, you know, Skyrim to Elden Ring to even certain Zelda games, JRPGs, like Final Fantasy. I've recently been playing Etrian Odyssey, and there are definitely some things I had to look up for some quests in that game. But it's not that it's a bad experience, but I wanted to get back to sort of the experience of playing a game in the 90s where you had limited resources for looking things up or finding out. Like maybe you had a strategy guide, maybe you had an issue of video game magazine that would have hints in the back. Maybe game facts was starting to be a thing, and you could look up a guide that a 14-year-old had written, and it was itself kind of inscrutable. Um, I think it's fun and interesting to kind of learn a game by playing it, but there are just so many little um, rabbit holes of mechanics in this game, like skills and attributes and stats and things like that. That I think looking some things up at this point is not going to detract from that experience for me. All that said, I don't think there's anything else I have to sell to. Oh, totally forgot I hadn't done this yet. All right, I'm gonna sell the Hulk Honey Injector because I don't think I'll use it. I do think I need to buy more ammo. All right, 54 is 1.4 grams. That's pretty good, actually. That's a good trade. Trade complete 12. Do you have any food? I've got fine wafers. I might go ahead and buy those. For a dram, yeah, that's fine. That might have just been a wash. You know what? Okay, well, forget it. I thought that I could sell one to him and he'd have to pay me a dram, but I just basically gave him a piece of jerky. But that's fine. You're cool, doll. Live and drink. All right, so I'm at 32 monies. I have completed this quest. Actually, I'm not sure where... Chronology? Here we go. Across Magrai, Volume 1. I only know where these two places are. Yeah, this is the only quest I have right now. You know what? I'm gonna eat something. I'm gonna eat some fish meat, a nip of glowfish cheek, some rare bones, and a lead dram of water. Extinguish the campfire, it's the least I can do here in town. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head out into the salt dunes. Sorry. Try to make it to the 6-day stilt. I'm set up for success. I have wilderness lore salt dunes, which lets me travel twice as fast. Reduces my chance of getting lost from 10 to 1%. I also not something lets me move faster. Oh, it was wings. Wings lets me move faster on the world map. 3.5 speed. So I should be zooming. Here we go. Yeah, I can't resist a layer. Let's investigate. You've discovered the lair of Solomon Jedakuna, legendary Mechanimus pilgrim. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Hello? Naphtali Sap. Hostile. Well, I better get out of here. Body time fit to living in the smalls of spiral roots is kept warm by a layer of symbiotic moss fur. Bright scanning eyes peer out of the self-same mask of her minion, making her face a blazing portrait of togetherness. Laced, burned, and painted to point. Ooh, she's after me. Uh-oh. Also a Naphtali forager. Same description, both hostile. Well, guys. Oh, no. Okay, these guys are neutral to me. Barathramite Arcanauts. His hunched back is sewn with tufts of white fur and needle quills. The nose at the end of his bare snout is dark and wet. Long, slender, triple-jointed fingers sprout from his pudgy paws and flutter with composed precision. And plated chromelings are neutral to me. Thatched together out of scrap metal, they teeter. What was the artist and maker thinking while banging metal into a likeness? In the immortal words of Austin Walker, we could have made them look like anything. We've made them look like us. They occupy a point between poles on several axes, halfway between chimp and human, halfway between child and adult. They are small, and there are shadows under their chrome cheek. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna come down here across this deep pool of 4,000 grams of salt. Light scatters off the surface of the wide and yawning pool and gets lost in its depths. This is salt dune. This is trash. Okay, salt dunes. Salt dunes, trash, and this big river of salt. I'm also gonna sprint. I returned to the ground. Didn't say I fell. I'm not sure why that happened. Guys, I hate to crash your camp, but are you cool with these guys? Yeah, they don't seem hostile to each other, so they're not gonna help me out at all. Cool. Cool. Orfeo? Nah, he's disliked by the Kith of the Shushbane for reprogramming their favorite robot, newly sentient beings for sowing their fields with salt, and the villagers of Nalep for disparaging a famous poet. But these guys, the Naphtali foragers seem totally cool with them. So, no help there. I can return to the map, though. So, we'll just remember that place is there. I'll come back when I'm a little bit more powerful. And we did it! We made it to the 6-day stilt. And all it took was just being fast enough to get across the desert and having... what was that, 7? 7 grams of water? 6 or 7? So probably more if I had not been so fast. What is this? The asphalt mines? Rubble encases this abandoned mine where ancient tribes siphoned the black blood for their own inscrutable purposes. Siphoned the black blood. Ancient tribes siphoned the black blood for their own inscrutable purposes. God, this game's got the juice. Fantastic, and just by traveling here, I have completed a step of the quest and leveled up. I'm gonna light my torch because it's dark here, and I can level up my quickness. Oh, interesting, interesting, okay. Okay, this would reduce my chance of falling clumsily to the ground to 1%, which I don't mind too much. But it is funny, but it is sometimes dangerous. This is just lasting longer, force field. I think honestly, heightened quickness. Yeah, just be as fast as possible. Fastest crow in the West. Okay. Skills. I got 177 skill points now. So, yeah, I think I'll take Disarming Shot for a chance to disarm your opponent when you score a hit with a pistol. Just go all in on pistol. Now I need 25 agility. At 23, I need 25 agility for dead shot, which is critical hits are more deadly. Then, ooh, oh my gosh, that's huge. Once I get up to 27 agility, I need 300 skill points, but for 20 rounds, firing a pistol only takes half a round. So you use half the ammo. That's huge. Fastest gun in the Rust. Cost of firing pistols is the action cost of firing pistols is reduced by 25%. Yeah, if I go all in on pistols, that's pretty huge. All right, I've got 77 skill points left, and I think I'll save them. Although there was something I wanted to take, which was rummaging through trash essentially, but I don't remember what category it was under. Hang on. Tinkering? Yeah, it's scavenger. Okay, I'll remember that. Next level up, I'll take scavenger, because I have the intelligence for it. Cool. Alright, I'm here. I'm here. I have made it to the 6-day stilt. Now, where's this well? I'll stop flying so I can talk to people. Zapur, disciple of the coiled lamb. Oh, I should look at this guy. He's admired by the villagers of Nalep for praising their gemstones, loved by the cult of the coiled lamb. Folds of coarse weave physician's cloth hang off his lissom frame like a gunslinger's shawl, and the crinkled brim of an old hat blots the sun and starlight. Peace and health in the light of the star, pilgrim. Brood with me on the life of Reshef, if you are willing. I'm willing to brood. Yeah, I am. Share secrets from Reshef's life. Oh, I don't have any unshared secrets about the life of Reshef. Okay, who's Reshef? Spiritual patron of kith and kin who did so much for us, and who leads me and others like me to the path of healing. For, above all, he was a healer. He dressed the wounds of the sick and rid the land of the plagues of the gyre. He was also a sultan, but he was the last sultan. He unbricked the walls of monocracy so we could pick berries in the orchards they hid. I have more to ask. What's in the tent? A quiet shrine to the coiled lamb, centuries old. Tucked away here, outside the marble parapets and cloaked in the dust of time, it's lost to those who'd sneer at the veneration of Reshef over other fathers. Step inside and voice a prayer, if you are willing. Live and drink, priest. I'll step inside and voice a prayer, why not? Fresh water in here. Interesting. Alright, let's take a look at this shrine. Shrine to Reshef, the coiled lamb of Baitels. Baitels? The shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient Sultan Reshef. At twilight, in the shadow of the spindle, the people of Omanporch saw an image on the horizon that looked like a ghost bathed in cerulean. It was Reshef, and after he came and left Omanporch, the people built a monument to him, and thenceforth called him Ghost in Cerulean. You know this piece of information in the Sultan Histories Reshef section of your journal. Alright, might as well pray. Okay. And chat. And even though this is depicted on the statue that's in the church that he is not guarding, I guess I can I guess I can share this secret with him. At twilight, in the shadow of the spindle, the people of Omen Porch saw an image on the horizon that looked like a ghost bathed in cerulean. It was Reshef, and after he came and left Omen Porch, the people built a monument to him, and thenceforth called him Ghost in Cerulean. You muse over the secret with Sapur and gain some insight. Maybe it's like a test. Maybe it's like, all right, are you willing to go inside the shrine and like learn something about Reshef, and then come out and talk to me about it? Cool. All right. Let's trade. What you got? What have I got? Not much. All right. I'm going to focus on bringing this fidget cell to live and drink. 2. Oh, I have no active quests. Huh. I was just supposed to come here? I thought I needed to throw this into a well or something. I'm mildly confused. Oh boy. Okay. Snapshot Scavenger, but he's also a Mechanimist convert, so he's neutral to me. Warden's Esther? There's a saying among the vintners who hoist their sails toward the stilt. 1 rose is fair, 5 is death. Indeed, when a single shawl swathes her face and the esters are one, there is peace beneath the stilt. But when she's joined by her sisters and scarlet ribbons thrash in the desert air, there is only blood and justice. Loved by the Fellowship of Wardens, disliked by the villagers of Tabaiva for insulting their sages, and disliked by swine for repeatedly beating them at dice. It's really not fair. Swine, you know, don't have the manual dexterity to roll dice, so I get it. You guys, protector of the stilt. A dyad of ladder braids. A dyad of ladder braids frame her face like circuit marginalia in the canticle's chromaic. Her broad shoulders and traps bear the imprint signature of plying the soldering beam and aegis, tools of craft that duel as sacred armaments. What's up? Live and drink, traveler. Welcome to the stilt. Praise be to Shekninah, O sovereign fathers. At last I am here. You are among friends here, pilgrim. Stay peaceful. This is the 6-day stilt, huh? It's colossal, beautiful. I see why the Chrome stewards gather here. Then you're not of the faith yourself, huh? Me neither. Do you go inside, though? She's a beauty. Got dyed glass high in her rafters, she does. And 2 marvelous carvings on the wings, plus a light sculpture of a god. Hear the sermon, too, as you like. The high priest is persuasive, but not half as persuasive as the cathedral herself. In beauty there's power, you know. Either way, while you're in the cathedral or on the stilt grounds, stay peaceful. Is it true what they say, that it's a petrified kraken? Who knows? I've wondered it myself. Sometimes she'll catch my eye. When the moon's silver bright and there's some bearing, and when the moon's silver bright and she's there, bearing down on the flats. Whatever she is, she's gigantic and old. Real old. Way older than the cathedral the Mechanimists built inside her. What a grand bazaar. What's in each of these tents? Are you mad? Do you think I keep a tally of every shopkeeper that steps foot on the stilt grounds? They come and go as they please. You've got merchants of all types here. Wine sellers, honey hawkers, bookbinders, cobblers. Have a look around for yourself. Following the road around the stilt, there's tents the whole way around. So many folks. Aye, the clamor of it all can overwhelm. The Glowcrows say 'twas a bird god who taught folks to gather like this in large flocks. So, blame birds. What? Live and drink, wardens. Blame birds. I'm a bird. Practice, what is this? A particularly prickly Pinot patch. Okay. Hey, what's up? Show mercy to a weary pilgrim. Ooh, he got a book, but it's $140. Can I read it? No. A machine of spiraling gear trains and can. A machine of spiraling gear, trains, and canals of copper has been meticulously tooled onto the coverboard of the Mechanimist Torah. Interesting. All he's got is his holy book. Live and drink. Chat. Live and drink. Okay. Heading inside. Ooh. This is cool. Sacred Well. There it is. There's the Sacred Well. Sphinx scenes of post-edification glamour are arrayed in gold and sunk in relief around the lip of the black marble fount. The tracery of its bright veins spikes the eye, but down well recedes into a starless depth. Okay, probably talk to the priest before I throw anything into the well. The preacher says, "Do you bear his tidings in your heart?" Eshelstadt II, High Priest of the Stilt. The Onias is robed in flowing machinic regalia. He is the voice of Shekinah, and so he wields and so he wields the charm of words to give depth cues on the shape of the cassifescence, and repeats the story of the fathers who transited her from the ideal to the material. As crown head of the White Dune Sea, he leads the high priests in tracing the circuit diagrams of the second canticles, and moderates their hermeneutic. I know this word. Moderates their hermeneutic divisions. Loved by the Mechanimists. Disliked by cats for lighting a beacon fire to warn their enemies. Well, who are the enemies of cats? Dogs. Live and drink. I could do the water ritual with him, but then I might be hated by cats. Anything to trade? Can I identify this? Dust powders, the puzzling device. Oh, dude is armed though. All right, live and drink. Yeah, I'll go ahead and sacrifice. Ooh, I bet because I marked it important, I can't do it. So let's go back into my inventory. Mark unimportant. Sacrifice. There we go. Fidget cell. +6 reputation. Interesting. I could throw one of these injectors into. I'll just do this. You throw a fidget cell down the sacred well. Your reputation with the Mechanimists increased to 6. Okay. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I can go back and tell that guy I did it, I guess. Oh, it's a hologram of Shekinah. That's cool. That's a cool hologram effect. It's not just flickering between the color of the sprite and whiteness, or cycling colors. You also get this occasional full rectangle of like a glitch effect, or like when the hologram loops or something. That's a really nice minimalist way to do it. Just a couple, mainly just a static model, and then just a little flicker, a little. Okay, statue of Nisroch. Who's this guy? The Star Mason is depicted here straddling the earth with his mighty legs. He dons his favorite sash, whose folds are exquisitely worked in gold. I like how you always have the opportunity or the option to desecrate, just in case you want to. I'm just gonna go ahead and pray. I'm in the temple. I'm gonna be cool. The statue of Bel wears its tremendous weight in polished marble. He wields his epochal aegis, storied for obstructing a swirling gas cloud in the starry dawn. Just gonna pray to everybody. I don't know this does anything. Dagon. The orator domineers the West Apps with his brazen pose. His golden coronet shines splendidly in the fire's shine. Gonna go ahead and pray to all of these. Statue of Shekinah. Here Shekinah has been sculpted into permanence with magnificent cerulean marble. His body is chiseled to blessed perfection. His golden diadem crowns him father among fathers. Carthax. The athlete is depicted here mid-stride. His glistening silver hair is tied behind his head in astral tradition as he vaults through the firmament. And Reshef. Hey, it's Reshef, who's called the Above, lifts an enigmatic finger to heal the wounds of the sick. And let's go ahead and chat with this hologram. Glorious Shekinah, Argent Adonis, and First Father poses in luminous mummery, with the stature of the ageless stars, fixed and permanent. Hoo boy. Fixed and permanent, he appraises the temple erected in his honor and cocks his head in approval. Befitting the memory of his union with the Cassifessence, he clothes his manifestation in cerulean shades, forsaking the viridians and russets of the lowly plants and clay earth. So there's this line being drawn between sort of the natural world and the celestial, aligning the artificial with the celestial, possibly. If I'm reading this in at all, oh, I can't chat with it. I can only pray to it. Okay. So he's got a statue and a hologram. Okay. Well, that's cool. Ooh, there's stuff. Whoa. Whoa, it's a graveyard. Ashef Benocida, choked to death on some osseous ash. Gross. Chasia Mephisham, knocked over the head with a copy of On Humanoid Mimicry of Animals and Plants. I like that it doesn't just specify that he was knocked over the head with a book, it lists the title. That's good. That's attention to detail. You really want on a tombstone. Abensheba Gabrashop, succumbed to despair after losing an odd trinket. I get it. I'm a crow. You think I don't know about trinkets? Calatil Calasaf, stabbed to death by a Naphtali forager. Hey, that almost happened to me. Mordecai Rushafat, thrown into a pool of acid by a glowfish. Woo. Oof. There's a bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 more. Yeah, I'll read all of them. Why not? I read the whole 10-page book. I can read some tombstones. Abamun Benjusaf, shanked in retaliation for stealing from the children of Mammon. I would have done it too. Stealing from kids. Korshafat Elixarial, poisoned by a crab farmer. Purposeful or no? It doesn't say. Odeshaphat Gabricio, Shanked in retaliation for stealing from the Putis Templar. A lot of shanking and stealing going on. Benjathesda Jedaham. Stabbed to death by a clockwork beetle. Doesn't say why. Debarath Jedanu. Succumbed to despair after losing a bundle of noise grass. I don't know from noise grass. Salatil Alexukuna. Engulfed in flame by a glow sphere. One more over here. And Chemun Dorkani, eaten alive by Dromad merchants. I didn't know that could happen. I'm cool with Dromad merchants. They seem cool with me. I'm not gonna mess with them. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Bad. Okay. Let's not do that. Okay. The pilgrim wears a costume of humility. Simple frock, wide-brimmed hat, cerulean scarf, slouched back, and weary eyes. Alright. He's just doing his own thing. Chef! Pastes and jams of various colors smear her apron like a painter's palette. Flour dusts her broad, dough-kneading knuckles. Live and drink, friend. Now, the unfortunate thing is that I don't have a lot to trade with these people, unless I want to trade some of these injectors, which I could. All this stuff is pretty pricey, though. Sliced bop cheek. Ooh. Choice cut of laminated sponge. But I can at least, like, poke around and see what's going on. Praise be upon Nisrak, who shelters us stilt seekers. Really, I need to do some more exploring and see what else I can get into. Hello. Piston-inked hands wave an accompaniment to his falsetto chiming, meant to replicate the sound of star echo grazing the orb of cassifescence in the pillowy dust of space. That's a mechanimist choraler. He's wearing a slate frock and sandals, and he's sitting here. Ooh, this plant down here is an asphodylite and pariah to their people. A clan of contoured petals upfold to a florid bowl. Sharp current climbs their filament and hops from anther to anther, while the dirt stutters under their digging roots. Let's chat. What is it? Let's trade? Nothing to trade. Alright, live and drink. Chat? Live and drink. Snapjaw scavenger. Okay, not a lot going on. Forgot I can read signs. Mint, smoke, and wine. Is there a hookah in here? I don't see one. Mint smoke. Oh, yeah, right here. Smoke. Oh, I should reload, by the way. Just so I'm fully loaded. I know this is a peaceful environment, but, you know, while I'm here. Foodstuffs, that would explain the chef. Okay. So really what I think I ought to do at this point is head back to... Kaner. Thank you. And... talk to that mechanimist convert and let him know that I threw his trinket into the well. Goat herder. The goat herder slouches in the heat. A beaten leather hat is pulled low over her eyes, and sweat glistens on the scruffs of hair on her cheeks. Her hands are caked in mud and salt. Chat?
Absolutely miserable weather. What you want?
I'm good. Live and drink. Yeah, I think there's some interesting stuff going on up here. And I could definitely explore this area some more. Ooh, there's a guy up here. The terracotta board has been painted with ochre and ground iron. It reads, "Sweet honey." So this is some kind of honey shop. Recognizable bee on the sign there. Mechanimous preacher up here. The preacher says, "But the sin of time has corroded their wiring." So he's in the middle of giving a sermon up there. Clockwork beetle and hired guard. Shining black elytra flitter on the back of a goat-sized bug. There is sharp, persistent ticking emanating outward. They're guarding explosives. Okay. And of course, and there is a grenadier. His fingers are stained with soot, the devil's ink. Scars crisscross their way up his arms. Chat?
I'm watching you, traveler.
Okay, fair enough. This Mechanicus preacher. At a register under the falsetto chiming of her choralers, the priest intones verses from the Canticles Chromaic. Arm gestures of emphasis blow the sleeves of her robe out to great sails, swelling on the ecstatic air. If I try to chat, she just says, "What is it?" Dried Vanta petals. All these preachers are strapped. She doesn't have a gun. She's got strange tubes. Strange tubes could be a gun. Smoke lounge. More hookahs over there. Alright, I think I will. Actually, can I cook on your fire? Please. Yeah, just a salt-spangled dawn glider egg, a dash of salt kraken larvae, and a berry. Now, go back up here, and I should have enough water to make it back to Kaner, because it only took me, what, 5 or 6 to get up here. So, zoop, zoom back down. It only took me a few to get back. Come back in here. And let's see if I can find my friend. So somebody over here, maybe. Here we go. Watervine farmer and mechanimist convert. Chat.
Yay, live and drink, pilgrim.
I have visited the 6-day stilt.
Ah, tell me, friend, was it the picture of wonder as I see it in my mind's eye? Were you beauty-struck by its truths?
Truly breathtaking.
The glass glittered in the sun.
Or I could say,
To behold the Argent Fathers in simulacra, what revelation!
or I could be shitty to this guy and say, I saw only empty spectacle. Who can worship a hole in the ground? But I think being a crow and having an appreciation for sparkly things, I will say, truly breathtaking. How the glass glittered in the sun.
Oh, so it's true. Oh, Argent Fathers, how far-reaching your works. And my trinket, did you cast it into the sacred well?
I could, even though I did, I could lie and say,
No, I took it apart or sold it or something. But I'll be honest, I'll tell him I did. Moon and sun, the Argent Fathers bless us. Our paths are chromed and glistering? Glistering?
Now, I'm not sure if that's supposed to say glistening or if it's supposed to be glistering, which would be interesting. A combination of glistening and blistering.
You have my thanks, friend. Bel shield you.
And you as well. Okay. And now he knows me he calls me by name. Eid, live and drink, pilgrim. Let's trade. Oh, he doesn't have much, but he does have that same book. Live and drink. Okay. Well, there we go. That's cool. And now what?
Governor Sim fell to the ground right in front of me.
This guy's been flying around the entire time I've known him. And he just ate shit right in front of me. You know, it happens to us all. It's happened to me plenty of times. My services are available if you have work. Talk to Ugamumet to the south. Have I met Ugamumet? Ugamumet? Legendary water vine farmer. Oh, he's sleeping. He's lying on a bed asleep. The tatters of a sweat-stained keffiyeh thrash in the wind from where they hang about the farmer's neck. Clasped in her gnarled brown hand is a curved vine reaper of iron with which she culls moisture-swollen wafers from the viridian plant called water vine. Yo, I heard you had work for me. Wake up.
Moon and sun, wisdom and will. I'm looking for work. Friend, you know, once my clan would spend our days wandering the salt dunes. But after learning the divinity of the Hindran pariah colonists, we changed our culture and fashioned new customs. Sadly, our small boulder of the consecrated tinker was stolen from us. Would you seek it out and return it to us? I hear it has been taken to Tabaiva. We will compensate you for your services. Yeah, I'll find the small boulder the size of a large boulder. My reward would be a recoiler and a disc. Okay. You know the location in your journal? Your quest. Good deal. What's this? Alchemist table. Okay. Quests. Journal locations. Tabaiva. Okay, it's not too far away. I am hungry though, so I'm going to eat again. Light my campfire, cook a meal, whip up a meal. Shrewd glowpad leaf, some visiting fullcrete flake, and some mated brine. Ooh. And now I get +1 MA for the rest of the day, which is, real quick, mental armor. My base is 4. I get 1 more. So, you know, not huge, but every little bit helps. Okay. I'm in the village of Tabaiva, looking for a boulder. Ooh, this doesn't bode well. That's a snap job, but he's neutral to me. Warden Groafuzu. Who? Groafuzab. Okay. Stone steel. Stel? It's gotta be Stel, right? Stone Stel. Glyphs inscribed into the ancient stone are refracted into the present. This object is a monument to a scene from the history of the village Tabaiva. Since the time of the roaming lamb, the green-skinned have congregated inside the consecrated walls of Tabaiva. Okay. What's good? You're not gonna talk to me? Bye.
Okay. All these snapjaws are neutral to me. So interesting. Green skin snapjaws. And this is their village. Mayor ooh. Wofogu. Wof Wofog. Ooh. I'm gonna get this. Mayor Wofogobu. Mayor Wofogobu, the Sophic. Loved by the villagers of Tabaiva and grazing hedonists. Disliked by insects for giving one of their kind an unfavorable horoscope reading. Hated by antelopes for stealing a cherished heirloom. Disliked by the villagers of Crowin for burning one of their leaders in effigy. Alright. Can we have a chat?
Nomad, welcome to the village of Tabaiva. Here you will find shade and victual, along with other provisions to help you better scour the rust caves for treasure. Come what may, you may drink of our fresh water and quench your thirst.
What is there? What a question. Why is there a goat here?
Oh, he just showed up one day and started sleeping in our homes.
That's good. Live and drink. My services are available if you have work to offer. Yeah, I'm just going around. You know, I'm a roving gunslinging crow, just roving around the wilderness, offering my services.
Kiss the salvage stratagem that you are here, adventurer. Visiting philosophers came to our village the other day. While baking bread, they spoke of a fascinating place, a remote star apple farm, but they wouldn't reveal the location. Would you be willing to locate it? It would be a great gift to the prayer prospects of our village. We will pay you for your service. We hear that it's located next to Salt Reach.
I'll see what I can find. And what else? Let's trade. He's got shotgun shells. Alright, live and drink. I'm hungry again. Can I just eat one of these beetle jerky? Yeah. Cool. Okay. I am running a little bit low on water. Not low, but 17's not a lot. Uh-oh. Okay, they're cool. It's interesting. Not everybody here is green, but a lot of them are. This glowfish, this dragonfly. This croc is neutral. His hoary cracked scales look like marked stone. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat with everybody. Giant dragonfly says sharp clicking, live and drink. I can ask everybody why there's a goat here. There's a giant dragonfly, a crocodile, a glowfish, and a bunch of snapjaws. And my one question is, why is there a goat here?
No, just showed up one day and started eating our food.
The wet glowfish stares at me unblinking. Same question, why is there a goat here?
Nilb just showed up one day and started sleeping in our homes.
Croc says soft hissing. Why is there a goat here?
He's been here for as long as I remember, sleeping in our homes.
So this croc is younger than everybody else, because everybody else remembers the goat showing up one day. But the croc just remembers him being here for as long as he can remember. Ooh, octagonal table, decorated with painted mandalas and shaped by the geometric hand. The table honors symmetry and numerology. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Um, the thing is, I have not seen this goat. Klein? What is a Klein? Oh, I could sleep. I haven't slept yet in any of these runs. Convivia in the lemon, the boundary between sun-baked Mograi and the shade of the spindle, involves the mulling of cider, holography, and the arrangement of clenai at right angles. I'm tracking water everywhere. Oh, wait. I just saw a goat. Where'd he go? Arcanaut? A hood shades her face from the salt sun and the halogen lamps of the vacated under-earth. Her cloak bulges around a scrap bag slung about her waist, and her core is tense with the promise of the chase. May the earth yield for us this season. Why is there a goat here? Nelb? Who knows? I swear. Oh, there. Nelb. Nelb. Come back. Hey, Nelb. His curling horns are incised with the weathering script of time, and he chews cud without a care for the mess of his hair-knot beard. Can I pet? You pet Nelb. Nelb growls softly. Chat? Soft growling. Arr. Nelb has nothing to trade. Okay. Well, who knows? Who knows why Nelb is here? He just showed up one day and started sleeping in everybody's homes. Now about this boulder. Another one of these beautiful Unimaxes. Horsehair carpets his beautiful brawn like white rain on the pale sea, and then it's battered by streamers of magenta mane. That and his tail are pennants of a lost and never kingdom. Over the head a dream is promised. Bone races itself to a nothing point and is sheathed by time's breath in the keratin of glitter. Soft nickering. Why is there a goat here? He just showed up one day and started sleeping in our homes. But I can't ask anybody about the boulder I'm looking for. I can ask everybody why there's a goat here. Wait, where's the door to this house? Okay. Hello, glowfish. What? Ishramukat, legendary glowfish. Luminescent flecks flit beneath the water's surface. Ah, different answer. Why is there a goat here? Oh, Nelb? I assume because of his love of the act of procreating. Is he being sarcastic? Because there are no other goats. They got cider, they got oil. Okay. Intriguing. Getting hungry, but I still don't have any leads on this boulder. Let's see. I'm on the outskirts of town now. It's nighttime, I'm hungry. We're Knotted wood of good moisture content holds the weight of earth at right angles. Scorch marks and salt decorate the grooves. Okay. Strange, there's a bed out here. Fabrics were stuffed with water vine chaff and laid across wooden slats in the style of the hill folk.
You know what?
I was gonna say maybe I'll sleep, but I think Hindsun. Is Hindsun morning or evening? Chat with this glowfish. Nothing to trade. What's this? Bizarre contraption. Knobs and rivets crisscross the inscrutable machine. Ooh, I can examine though. Some wooden machinery. Wood was shaved, cut to smooth volume shafts, and fit inside gearboxes to convey motion and continuity. Functions as part of a mechanical transmission system carrying mechanical power between locations. Interesting. If I follow this... Hey, why is there a goat here? Oh, I can't ask. Gonna eat some more beetle jerky. Snapjaw Warlord, but neutral because I'm in town. Now, I'm not good with Snapjaws in general, right? This is just because I'm in a town of Snapjaws. Nah, my reputation is negative 475. Okay, interesting. So what's this machinery for out here? Is it for transporting water vine? Okay. Interesting. All around the outskirts. Don't have any leads on this small boulder. Ooh, there's some wire up here. Strange tubes. A power line. Copper, aluminum, and glass fiber were rounded into an electrical conduit. Okay, and if I follow this... Graffitied power line. Graffiti is scrawled across the surface. It reads, "Before him, as unthinkable as it slashed in patterns of discarded circuit board." Okay. This is broken power line. I don't think I can do anything to fix that. Okay. Just a coil of it. Hey. You know anything about a boulder? Moon and sun, wisdom and will. Well. Oh, I just passed a, what's it called? An ivory... Or no, sorry, a dread root. I'm not gonna bother it though. It was sunset. It was evening. So now it's nighttime. Maybe I should go sleep until whatever morning is called. Just take a puff off of this hookah.
until the Shallows, I guess? If these are in chronological order, this would just be until the next... Um, until Harvest Dawn? I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what the times of day or anything is called. It does seem brighter now, though. I think this, if I'm looking at this correctly, it looks like morning has arrived. Hungry. Gonna make camp over here. Don't mind me. Camille. A burnt capacitor, some sacred witchwood, and a smidgen of dragonfly thorax will hit the spot. Okay, well, I need to think about this. You know, on the one hand, part of me thinks that it has something to do with this stone stele right here at the entrance. It's the most unique thing that I've encountered in town. I'm looking for the small boulder of the consecrated tinker. But I might just be barking up the wrong tree. It feels like not a red herring, but like, I don't know. I'm running low on money / water, so I need to do some exploring. Find something I can sell for water. Is there a merchant in this town? I mean, presumably anybody will you know, give me water if I have something to trade with them. I haven't gotten a chance to talk to this warden. He has nothing to trade. If they have nothing to trade, I guess they won't. The mayor probably will, though, right? Yeah, he'll trade with me. I could sell one of these injectors now. Maybe the rubber gum injector? But I think I'll wait on that. I'm gonna think about this. And I think that's a good place to leave it for the day and to come back next time. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do a stream next Sunday at 2 o'clock or if I'm going to start with a new schedule. I like doing Sunday afternoon streams, but I also have a ton of stuff to do that Sunday afternoons are good for. So I'm thinking about changing these to like evening streams, even like late after work streams, like 9 or 10 o'clock on a Wednesday or something like that. Let me know if there are any like time slots you'd rather see a stream. I know the VODs always go up. Generally, most of the views so far have been on the VODs anyway. So ultimately, if you're watching it time shifted, it doesn't hugely matter. But I'm thinking maybe next week I'll start with like a Wednesday evening stream. See how that goes. But next time, we'll be trying to figure out where this boulder is. Maybe do some more exploring around town and see if we can find this Star Apple Farm. What do you say it was? Next to the Salt Reach. So yeah, interesting stuff. I can go up to the map here and take a look. Did a lot today. A little bit of a lot. We went all the way up to the 6-day stilt and back. Made friends with some mechanimists, you know, threw a bracelet into a well. Or location. An Apple Watch, whatever it was. And then we came down here to this village of
friendly snapjaws looking for a boulder, and all we found was a goat. Um, yeah. Continue to take care of yourselves and others. Stay hydrated. Um, all the snow should be melting in a few days or so, or at least some of it. You know, abolish ICE. Um, what else? Yeah, live and drink.